Social media can be a simple and effective way to market your Etsy shop. Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. Your buyer is only a swipe and a tap away. Stick around because today we're giving you some easy tips to turn your social media pages into a sales funnel for your Etsy shop. What is up? I am Gordon from Marmalade.
I'm Richie from Marmalade.
And what are we talking about today, Richie?
Today we're talking about using social media to market your Etsy shop. With market research, let's just get right into some numbers real quick. Targeting social media channels that buyers are most likely to use. And I'm not sure if this will surprise you or not, but Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest are the big ones. With a total of 69% of people using Facebook, 40% using Instagram, and 31% using Pinterest. Just a minute ago offline, we were kind of talking about the breakdown here, and it really doesn't change that much for age group as much as we thought. You know, the biggest changes are between whether men and women use it. So for instance, probably not a big surprise to you, but 16% of men use Pinterest. And this, by the way, is a demographic group who say they ever use. So we're not talking about like consistent users, but do you ever use? 16% of men, which is probably when your wife sends you something, and then 46% of women.
Yeah, and this data here that we're showing is from Pew Research, and we'll include a link down in the description below if you want to check this out. They have even further breakdowns than just showing age and demographic there. Age and gender there. This is where it comes like really helpful if you have any kind of personas built up on your customers and you already have a good sense of what your customer looks like. It can really help you choose which platform you want to target, because let's face it, if you're trying to hit all of them at once, you're going to have a bad time. You're probably not going to be able to learn all of them at the same time and do all of them very well. It would make a whole lot more sense to pick the one where your customers line up the best and target that one, learn about that one, and figure out how to hit that one the best.
Yeah, so not only are we giving you permission to not be on all the social platforms, but we are recommending that you not do that.
So let's jump into some of the tips we have for you guys across social platforms. One important thing for you is to make sure that whatever you're doing on social media, it matches the branding of your Etsy shop. So you want to make sure that when people are moving from your Etsy shop to your social media and from your social media to your Etsy shop, it seems fluid. It feels to them like, yeah, okay, this makes sense. This is a natural transition. I feel like I belong here based on where I just was. You don't want to have your branding be completely different on the two platforms. And when they click the link to go to your Etsy shop, they're like, wait, did I click the right link? Like, is this the right shop? This doesn't look at all like where I just was. You want to make sure those two are absolutely fluid with one another.
Yes, you definitely want it to be a smooth transition. You don't want to shock your customers that way. So you might be wondering, hey, what do I post? Well, a great thing to post on social media are lifestyle photos of your products in use. Because think about it, a lot of us, especially if you're talking about things like Pinterest, you're scrolling through and you're checking things out. You're checking out where people are vacationing, you're checking out beautiful things. Well, that's a great spot to not just put, a photo, the cover photo, the product photo with the white background there for your listing. That's not really what you're looking for there, right? You want lifestyle photos. You want to immerse your customer or prospective customer in what it's like to live with your product. I love to use the example of catalogs. Catalogs are great, right? Like REI, the outdoor store, things like that. Any sort of lifestyle catalog, but you open those up and you're checking it out. It might be for a backpack, but there they are, hiking a mountain, stuff like that. And you're thinking, wow, I want to go do that. And hey, where am I going to get the gear for all that? Right here in the catalog. When you share lifestyle photos, it's kind of inspiring. You want to jump into that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Etsy encourages sellers to share lifestyle photos in their product listings as well. And side note, social media could be a great way of trying to figure out what lifestyle photos work best for your product. Put it out there. How much engagement do you see on these things? The ones that people give you the most likes for and comment on the most, those are probably the ones you should be using inside of your Etsy shop. So social media could also be a really good way of kind of trying out content and figuring out what's going to resonate the best with my customers that I could then use back in my shop. Another thing that you can post over there is personal stories and reviews from some of your customers. People love behind the scenes kind of things about how you're making things, how your personal life is intertwined with your business. Etsy's encouraged you to share these sorts of things in shop updates in the past. All that sort of content is fantastic on social media.
Absolutely. I mean, social is meant to be social. We're on there because we want to share other experiences with people. Another great thing to do there, of course, is sharing occasional promotions and discounts that only your followers can utilize, right? So that's going to keep people engaged. People are going to always have that kind of, hey, is something coming up? Something to look forward to, exciting. There's a holiday that you can hit every single month. There's some sort of promotion you could do. We're big fans of the with bonus kind of promotion, right? So we're not suggesting that if you've listened to other content, we're not big fans of heavily discounting your stuff, because then people are looking for discounts necessarily, and it kind of devalues a little bit. But we are big fans of throwing in bonuses that are just adding more value and building up your brand.
Another thing you can do on your social media is do some fun stuff out there. Have some contests and some games that help incentivize your followers to share your shop with other people and help that discovery. We see these things all the time on social media where people will say like, hey, to win this contest for this free thing, or this upgrade on my product, right? This bonus offer like Richie's just talking about, share this with 5 people and add a comment, and I'll pick one person from this list who will be the winner of this contest. It's a fun thing to do, and it happens all the time on social media because it's successful, because it works.
Yes. And the nice thing about social media is it's not like you're spamming people via text or like calling people, right? We're on social media again to be social. So it's, you tag somebody, you message somebody something. It's not unwelcome or unexpected. That's what you're going to get there. People share fun stuff with me all the time. And as long as you're doing these things in a fun way, it's going to be exciting to get that kind of thing from a friend. It's going to be more like, hey, did you see this? No, I didn't see this, but thank you for showing me. Now I'm going to send it to someone else that I'm thinking of too. If you're using a personal account, so you can have a personal account, business account, do both. Friends and family will know you as the whatever person you are there. If you sell gnome houses, they'll know you as the gnome house person, and will think of you if they're ever in the market for what you sell, which is nice because I know that I like to do business with people that I know and try to help their business. I think that's a great thing. Elon Musk said, believe it was Elon Musk. Gordon, correct me if I'm wrong. Have you heard this quote? He said something along the lines of, like, we have baby showers and stuff like that, but we should also have like starting a new business shower. So when somebody starts a business, like their friends and family and whatnot gather together to help them like get off the ground, give them some business, give them some like other things they kind of need, but the same kind of concept, because it can be a hard thing, and people, in the community, when they know about it, they do want to support it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're right about people wanting to support small local businesses like that. You see that all the time. People are really good about that. I don't know. A new business shower, I think, makes a lot of sense. We should start something like that. So those are some tips for you guys for kind of running out of the gates on your social media platforms. There are some potential downsides that we want to talk about too, just to kind of be aware of and make sure you're avoiding these as much as possible. Obviously, the big one is time. And if you're kind of feeling like you're behind the wheel and you're not able to get orders out in time, or you're spending all your time on photos and keywords and stuff like that, you might not actually have time to run into a whole new space of social media and learn this and do well with it. So there's that, right? That's kind of a big thing. Also, kind of like Richie just mentioned about having a personal account on social media, if you're creating a brand new business account, you just have to keep in mind that you're going to be starting from ground zero. Like, you're going to have to build up your following from nothing at that point, which is okay if that's what you choose to do. If your personal brand, your personal kind of identity and your business don't really mix that much, that's totally fine. Some people are like that, and you want to keep those things separate. Some people are more private. That's cool. Just be aware that if you're starting a whole new persona online for your business, you're going to have to start from ground zero again and build up a following that way.
Yeah. The 0 to 1 is always the hardest thing, I think, for just about anything, just because, you're starting from scratch and things are kind of blank at that point. Just like if you want to, back in school, you want to write a paper, and that man, just staring at that blank white screen with nothing on it, like just those first words, and then you start it and then you delete it and then you start it and delete it, but once you're like halfway through it, things just kind of happen, and it's so much easier at that point. So if you do go the route of starting at 0, which we all have to start at 0 at some point in some things, just remember that momentum will kick in, right? So don't let it be too daunting. But yeah, managing separate business and personal social media accounts, I mean, that's extra work depending on how you want to look at that, right? I mean, your personal account isn't really work though, right? So, I mean, if you had to dial back on your personal, that's probably okay to give some extra energy to your business, or keep them linked and just have one account, and that's totally fine as well. Something else to mention along the same lines of people wanting to do business locally. Unfortunately, sometimes friends want or expect a discount from you because they know you. And maybe even want you to work for free, stuff like that. So that's something to kind of navigate. Probably be firm on, right? You probably shouldn't work for free, even for your friends.
Yeah, that's a real tricky situation if you find yourself there and finding out like how should you navigate that. And I mean, obviously it goes back to what the relationship with your friends is like and all that sort of stuff. People usually recommend to keep business separate from family and friends and all that sort of things, but in reality that doesn't always happen that way, right? So it's just kind of how things go. And your friend relationships better than anybody else, and you just need to keep that business part of your mind in there and kind of weigh your own path through there, and that better than anyone else is, I think. And so you just kind of have to figure that one out. Just be careful as you're doing it.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I buy things from friends. Friends do various different things, and they do give me friends and family discount, which I appreciate. But one of the things I always like to make sure is that, like, I don't want to overpay. Like, I don't want to be the sucker that pays more than everybody else, more than the next guy that comes through. But I also want to make sure that I am like, they are happy with what they're giving me. Like, are you sure? Are you happy doing this work? Are you happy selling me this for this price? I know it's a friends and family discount, but I want to make sure that you're going to be happy because I want you to want to do this again, and I want to be fair with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. You don't want to be the guy who's paying someone less than what they're worth. That's not a good feeling to come out of that and be like, hey, look how much money I saved. But I was actually kind of doing a disservice to this person who was doing this thing for me. No one wants to do that. That's not cool. So another thing to keep in mind when you're jumping into social media is that you're going to be a small fish in a big pond. This is kind of like that conversation of, should I leave Etsy and start my own website and sell things on my own? Yeah, absolutely. You can do that. That's something to consider. Keep in mind that when you do that, you are no longer a fish in the Etsy pond. You're a fish in the ocean of the internet. Same thing with social media. You're a new account out there. Even if you're changing your personal account into a business account, you're still a fish, albeit maybe a little bit bigger than if you were starting from scratch. But you're still going to be a fish in a giant pond of all kinds of brands and products that are competing for people's attention.
This is true. And that's like that with, again, back to the starting from zero, right? You always got to start somewhere. Another thing you want to be careful of is you don't always want to be selling. You don't want to be that person that people need to avoid. You might come off as like a multi-level marketing kind of thing, which, hey, there are lots of people that do that well and are successful with it. So I'm not going to completely hate on it, but it does have a bad rap because, a lot of us have been invited to do something socially only to find out that it was a pitch for something business related. Which, hey, be transparent about that kind of thing. But, people get burned out, right? So if we're just hanging out or just like on social, every post, everything you do doesn't have to be about your business. Like people do want to walk away from that kind of thing too. Now, if it's your business page, cool, right? Like, hey, follow a business page, you're going to get business stuff. Hopefully it's fun and mixed with lifestyle things. But if it is your personal page, make sure not to just completely tank it with like, I started a business now. All you're going to hear from me is about my stuff and how you need to buy my stuff.
That's a very good point. So with these things that you should be doing on social media and these potential downsides that you should be careful navigating, how do you actually grow these accounts? How do you gain more followers? And to me, gaining followers on social media is a lot like wellness and fitness. If you've ever dieted or wanted to get in better shape or something like that, it's easy to want those results overnight. It's easy to want to get to 1,000 followers, 100,000 followers overnight. And if you've tried it, you can't do it. It's just not how it works. It's something that you have to do over time, and you need to be You need to be repetitive about it and routine about it, and this, it grows over time. That's just how it works. You're going to see all kinds of little schemes online for get rich quick. Pay $500 and I'll give you 500,000 followers. They're not going to be quality followers if it even works. And it's not how you do it. It's not going to give you success to try to follow those things. And if people are promising you those, just like in SEO on Etsy, if someone's telling you you're going to have overnight success, it's just not how it works. They're giving you a story. It's human nature to want to believe these things because it seems so tempting. It's so tempting to be like, it's so close. If I only had 100,000 followers, I'd be great. It's just not how things work.
Right. Absolutely. And email lists are the same thing, right? We have to prune our email list all the time because, people just stop opening emails, right? I do that in my own inbox. I can't tell you how many emails I'll get from something I was interested in for a while, and then I just kind of stop opening them, stop engaging with them, but for whatever reason, just don't click the unsubscribe on my own. And eventually someone takes me off the list, right? And I just stop getting them. But for the most part, just, again, don't follow the number. It's not about the number. That's kind of like friends, right? It's not really a matter of like how many friends you have. It's a matter of like how many real friends you have. And, the best way to, of course, to keep your social media stuff going and active is posting that engaging content, because everything's an algorithm, right? Whether it be search, whether it be discovery of stuff on social media, everything's going to be an algorithm. And the algorithm absolutely knows when people are engaging with your content. If people are just scrolling past it, if people aren't really interested, they're not liking it, commenting, sharing it, then you're just not going to get shown as much. And you're going to have to work harder than if your content was engaging. So definitely focus on quality and engaging content, and then that is going to spread further, faster.
And you should keep in mind, too, that the different platforms have different algorithms. So what they're each looking for could look a little bit different from one another. And that's one of the reasons why you shouldn't jump into just all of them at once. We recommend you find the one that fits your demographic the best for your customers and really start to learn that platform, learn that algorithm, learn what works well there. Now, something that is sort of the same across all of them is they want consistency. They all want you to be posting regularly, and not just like jump in with a bunch of content and then not post anything for the next 2 months, or post sporadically, right? That's not going to work either. So no matter where you're headed, you should make sure that the content that you're going to be posting there comes in a sort of a regular heartbeat, a regular period of time.
And the other thing is social media fads will come and go. So it's always fun. It sounds fun and exciting to jump onto the new platform because there's always a new platform. Hey, this one's different. This one is Facebook for younger people, Facebook for older people, Facebook for fun people, whatever it is. It's fun to jump around and do those things, but just make sure that we maintain the understanding of the difference between like, hey, this is fun to do, and that's probably better suited for your personal account versus like, hey, this is a new, fun, exciting platform. Like, let's jump on it with the business. Now, that's not to say you should dismiss these things because, hey, Instagram was, new at 1.2. Pinterest was new at 1.2. And those were great for business, and getting on those things early definitely has an advantage. But, when things are a fad, before things really gain traction, put your valuable business time and money where there's a really good chance of getting a return on the investment. Because sure, you can take a lot of speculation, but if you're wrong, that time's just gone, right? So just monitor your risk and, beware of fads. Just because something's fun doesn't mean it's right for your business.
So why should you pursue social media? It's important to remember that as you're jumping into social media, the entire goal of this as an e-commerce shop owner is getting buyers into your shop. So yes, each of these platforms has their own currency of likes, faves, followers, reshares of your content, things like that. Don't get too caught up in that. Obviously, that's going to drive more engagement and help you out. But the ultimate goal is getting people back into your shop to make the purchase, to build that audience into a set of customers. And so if you're doing fantastic on social media and you've got a whole slew of followers and some great engaging content out there, but none of that is translating to sales in your shop, your whole point of being there really isn't being realized yet.
All right, some other things you want to do is include links in your bio to your shop or specific listings that you want to promote. So it's always a good idea to have some listings that, maybe have more broad appeal to social, and then get them in your shop, and then they can start browsing around and picking up other things that go well with it, or just kind of other categories. It's also fun to switch those up, not just for testing, but just to kind of keep things fresh, keep things seasonal. As the holidays go on, you're going to see, apparel, for instance, right? You're going to start seeing those things change for the different holidays. Here for Memorial Day, you see, a bunch of American flag kind of stuff. And then you're going to see that same thing for, throughout the summer, you're going to see barbecue stuff. Closer to 4th of July, you're going to see the patriotic stuff come back. It's going to start phasing out, but everyone, you got to go with what people are kind of listening for. And social is actually a great place to see what people are listening for, because they're showing you based on what they're posting.
And so keep in mind too that your social media channels should be an extension of all of the fun parts of your Etsy shop, all the stuff that you love about selling on Etsy. So if that's, product development, or if that's just crafting in general, or if that's finding cool things at, yard sales for your vintage shop or estate sales, things like that. Positive reviews, the things that sellers love about Etsy, those should be the things that you get to share back on social media. So it should really help you kind of breathe life into your shop. It's easy to get bogged down by things that people don't enjoy so much, like taxes or inventory management, and maybe for some people SEO. but the fun stuff that you really love about your shop can be the things that you're sharing all over social media. And that kind of just helps build your brand even more, show your customers and your audience that you love doing what you do. And it should just kind of complete that picture and breathe life into you as an online seller. So there's huge benefits, obviously, to being on social media. So there you guys go. There's a pretty good high-level overview of social media, some tips to get you started in that space, figure out what platform might be best for you to be spending your time on first, and how to really succeed on those platforms. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and we will see you guys next time on The Jam.